to get right into it, it's too much heavy hitter type of news to talk about to avoid. You can't really avoid any of this. Like, this is just stuff that, as it has developed over the week, I've been really trying to just wait because I'm like, I need more information. I want to know where this thing is heading, and I'm very, very fortunate that we do this podcast when we do, because it seems like things just kind of align perfectly. Like and perfectly for me as a creator. I can't say just that for Vince or for the company in general right now, but right now, this just aligned perfectly. Like, the announcement happened the day I'm doing the pod of the switch, and I can get to it in a second. But before I get to that announcement, I need to talk about why this announcement is even happening in the first place. And it all kind of just stemmed from, this article that basically talked about how the board of WWE, they are investigating a $3 million settlement that a longtime chief executive Vince McMahon agreed to pay to a departing employee with whom he allegedly had an affair. According to documents and people familiar with the board inquiry, the January 2022 separation agreement bars the now former employee, who was hired as a paralegal in 2019, from discussing her relationship with Mr. McMahon or disparaging him. The people said. That's what the people who are close to the situation or close to the board's inquiry says. So that's the baseline information that I took from it. I was not going to subscribe to get any more information because I knew it would all come flooding out anyway. So I'm sorry, Wall Street, whoever else who wants you to pay for subscriptions these days, when most of your details of your story is going to end up on Twitter anyway. Like, it's tough being in the media right now. It just really is. Like, you break a story, you do, hopefully you get compensated for it. But, you break a story, and the only thing that happens is that it just catches like a wildfire on Twitter.
Yeah.
And
then your story gets buried anyway.
Yeah. So, anyway, on to the rumors surrounding this story. Because with that information, I didn't really, again, this is the reason why I wanted to wait, because I had nothing really to do with that information in itself. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I guess a lot of people ran with the affair part of it and wanted to have something to say about that, but Vince and Linda are in their 70s, been together for a long time, still married as we speak, and the details of whether or not or what's going on in their bedrooms really have never concerned me. I could care less
at all.
So all of that stuff is good fun, I guess. Good to poke jokes. Some of the jokes were funny I saw online, but honestly, I didn't have much to do. I didn't know what to do with that other than the fact that $3 million in hush money, budget cuts. That's the only other thing I really had to think about was that, budget cuts has been the reasoning behind a lot of these releases. And now we found out that portions of money was used for things like this. So Dave Meltzer has spoken to many people in big business who believe that Vince McMahon won't survive as CEO of WWE due to those scandalous allegations made against him and John Laurinaitis, by the way, who was included in the Wall Street Journal's reporting this week. So, the people who subscribe, you guys got a chance to read that Laurinaitis and McMahon were pretty much partnering up in this situation with the employees.
Ew.
Yeah, it was a tag team.
Stop.
And we know Vince hates the tag team division.
Ugh.
That's my joke for the day when it comes to this. But anyway, Meltzer said WWE talent didn't know anything at all about these allegations. Of course, they wouldn't. I mean, they just like us. And that's exactly what happened. This hit them at the same time. It all hit us. So they're asking the same questions we're asking, according to Meltzer. And I'm pretty sure they are. Man, what an awkward way to walk into work, though,
Right?
With this looming over your head. I've never worked in corporate America or corporate settings in general. So I can only imagine what it's like when the CEO is in the news for something like this, and you just go to work, you just do your job, but you have this going on, especially with Vince, who's like always behind Gorilla, especially on Raw and all of those type of situations. Sometimes for SmackDown, he will be there for SmackDown tonight. So Interesting times, man. Going into work for that company. I know. I mean, it was interesting anyway. When they were releasing people, I thought it was tough to go into work. And and they still, I was saying when they're done releasing. They're not done releasing people. But what I'm trying to say is when people were just getting shifted in and out, I'm like, it's got to be awkward going to work with your friend and you just were working and now your friend's no longer here. So now imagine what it's like when the boss is in the news for something like this too. Like, really?
That's like,
and they call Sasha and Naomi unprofessional. Oh, you knew those was coming, Vince. Now those jokes were all great. All the Sasha and Naomi love that I saw in response to this was awesome. Like, because they not only do I think they deserve it, but it's just a great point. You guys wanted to bury talent and you love using that word unprofessional. I cannot wait to use it back on you because, you're supposed to know. I mean, you're the boss. You CEO. Anybody know what's professional? Gotta be you, right, Vince? And I don't know, man. Relationships with employees and hush money, that don't sound professional. Now, if we're being honest with each other, that's really, really professional for CEOs. Like, that's what they do. Like, I can go down a long list of people in these positions who probably still have hush. It's people who saw this headline for Vince. They called their mistresses and people who need to be quiet and was like, hey, we good, right? I need to throw in extra.
Check on
something else. I need to come check on you. I'm bringing in cash though. No, nothing that can be traced.
No wire transfer.
No inquiries into my funds. But yeah, I don't know, man. I may be, just grind. I'm just saying this is not really an uncommon scenario when it comes to corporations. Let's say it that way. But it's very, very uncommon that we get it this close to home, and So I definitely had to talk about it when it comes to that. And apparently, speaking of Laurinaitis, an anonymous female WWE talent sent Fightful Select a message about him saying, I'd rather get all my shit sent to me in a trash bag when I get fired than to have to deal with him. Neither are good options. So I don't know who that is, but there you go. Female talent in WWE do not feel comfortable working with the Bella Twins' father-in-law. I just wanted to drop that in. That's an awkward family dinner, right? If I'm Bryan Danielson, I don't have questions. But how can you not have questions, right? Like, no,
Yeah,
how can you not? We gotta discuss this. You and Vince, ew.
I feel so bad. Now, if she didn't know about the affair, now she's like, this
she
how I
knows
gotta
now.
find out about it?
She knows now. Because
Oh
everybody
God.
knows.
So sleazy.
Meltzer described, to add to this, Meltzer described Vince's relationship with Linda McMahon in the following manner. He said, technically, they're married, but they haven't been together in a long time, though. So it's one of them situations where, they've been, what it is. Now, I wonder, again, this just to show you how unimportant this is, because they've been split up for a long time. No one has cared that they have not, lived or been together like that in a long time.
Nope.
And this is not uncommon, keeping the marriage alive, even, though you're separated or whatever the situation
very common
is.
For people who have money.
Especially for wealthy, right. Wealthy families, yeah, man. Divorce? Nobody, especially in America. You think Vince want to get divorced?
And give up half or something?
Man, please.
Yeah.
I mean, his kids grown, too. And they got grandkids, too. I'm just saying, like, he could try to fight it, but it's just, he's definitely going to be giving up something because they've been together forever. So
Before he got
successful. Especially before he was to this level.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's not the point. The thing is, that is a tidbit of information you could do with what you will. Either way it goes, Stephanie McMahon is now the interim CEO as Vince steps down. Funny, a few weeks, because I just was talking about Stephanie leaving, like I said. Terrible when you're trying to plan, family time or vacation. And now I got pulled right back into the fire. And by the way, they have been killing Stephanie in the media since she was getting released. Oh, she was incompetent here. She was blah, blah. Now she's the CEO. So anybody who was spreading those rumors about Stephanie not doing their job, you
were wrong.
No, it's not even just about that. Not that they're wrong. You better be watching now about your job now.
Oh, you mean
Mr.
the people
Mr.
in the
Loudmouth,
company?
whoever was saying that's why Stephanie was taken down, and whoever talking to everybody. Just
it shows you
protect your neck.
Yeah, you have to watch what you say because something that was anonymous can quickly become known.
Yeah. Luckily for them and other news stories that we're going to talk about and just people who are in situations, luckily for them, it's enough going on to where if you're the employee, Stephanie is not really concerned about that right now.
No.
She's probably trying to just keep things from, because it seems like everything's on fire.
I was just about to say, keep the house from burning down.
Yeah, the house is on fire. She's trying to get the kids, she's trying to get everybody else out of there right now or save the burning house and, renovation time. That's what she's trying to do. So we'll keep an eye on that as that continues to develop. And I will definitely be here next week to mention, if depending on what he says and what he has to say on SmackDown tonight, or maybe I'll do another video impromptu, depending, because you never know what is going to happen. So we'll see. But definitely want to keep tabs on what's going on with this because, this is a wrestling podcast. It's going to be so weird watching WWE, talking about WWE with no old man involved. But to some people, this is what, some people have been waiting for a long time. So will things actually change? I don't know about it at first, like especially while the investigation is going on. I don't necessarily think things will change too drastically, but things are different. Things are definitely different now.